Greetings! I'm going to do something a little different today because I went to a very cool experience for lunch today. The Serpentine Gallery in Hyde Park has been doing this thing called Radical Kitchen, where they invite speakers to talk on subjects such as race and the refugee crisis, and they serve lunch based on the food of the cultures represented by the people who are speaking. So today was a delicious South Sudanese meal prepared by a woman from South Sudan who spoke, and also speakers from the Nzinga Effect, sorry. And I wanted to just give them the platform today. I got a little video from each of them. They are really fun. The content is a little bit risque, but I think we can all handle it. And also just really powerful. So I felt like I wanted to put their words out there as much as possible. So I hope you enjoy. I'll see you next time.
Let's do this one last time. My people, Unaje.
We are here.
My people, can you hear?
We can hear.
And how do you hear?
With our hearts and not our ears.
It's like the best Sunday school class ever. Okay, yeah, so we'll start. Okay, so I'm going to, our performers were worried about being vulnerable. So I said, okay, I'll start with a very short poem about vulnerability. Okay? So, be vulnerable. Open-handed, open-hearted, malleable. Be lovable, or not, you're a woman, you can choose. Seeking and serving and credible. Do it because it changes people. Do it because it changes you. Do it because Vanessa and Fatu and Benny and Sandra, who are here today, are going to do it. And do it because the world needs it.
Is that with Girls Talk London and with events like this and with the Nzinga Effect, great projects, great people that we can encourage young girls and women, not just African women, but just women in general, to not hide behind your bodies. You don't have to necessarily, not wear a top at work because you're scared you're going to show boobs. You have boobs, it's not your fault. So just be comfortable in that. And I hope within time we will change the demographic around how women are looked at in the workplace because we wear a red lipstick or because we wear high heels. I don't understand what's that got to do with who you are as a woman. So thank you.
So what can I do to change that? So I decided to start a blog, start writing, called Bedroom Diaries of a Black Woman. And then everybody would hear the name go, Bedroom Diaries, oh wow, what are you writing about? It's like sexual stuff. And I'm like, well, not really. I'm writing about the things that I've experienced that I don't really like. But what I realized with Bedroom Diaries is that it picked up very quickly. A lot of women would write back, goes, Benny, I went through the same thing. Except that I wasn't using my real name still, because I was still ashamed to admit I was even having sex. So I was going under a name of Abby Brown. Who's Abby Brown? And I would send these blogs to my mom, and she'd read, she goes, oh, this girl, she's having a terrible life. And I'll be sitting there just looking at her going, if you knew it was me, you'd probably be upset. But she's just like, oh, this girl needs to get a life. She needs to explore. She needs to do these things. But all the things that my mom was saying, she hadn't explored herself, because she spent years doing the traditional things I was expected of her to do. So over the years, Bedroom Diaries got bigger. And the reason it got bigger because it's a space for black women to actually talk about what sex is and why they should enjoy it. And over the years, I didn't become a doctor, which my dad hates. I became an MBA broadcaster for the BBC. And he's like, you cry, I don't understand. I have 9 boys, and you are the girl, and you also want to do sports. What's your problem? And I was like, Dad, I want to talk about sports. And you know that Bedroom Diaries thing I used to keep on sending to Mom, that Mom used to every week make sure that she's reading it? That's me. And he's like, hey! So you, all the women that come into this house talk about Bedroom Diaries is you? And I was like, yes, it's me. And then I showed him the videos, And then as he then started looking at it, he's going, wow, I'm really sorry that all those years as you're growing up, yes, you grew up in Ghana, and yes, you came here, and you've grown and accepted and been part of the culture, but also being part of the culture as a woman is being able to be in a relationship where you are happy. When you don't like something, say it. If you do like something, say it. But I didn't do my job because I was too concerned with what we traditionally do back home. We're not back home. We're living in the Western world. But also, I don't want my only daughter to grow old not enjoying her sex life. I know that must have hurt him to say that. But he did.
Condoms are extremely sexy because people that know where they're going are sexy. Brains are sexy. You know, you guys are sexy for listening to me so much. So I really feel that, you know, encouraging people to wear condoms, and I have the slogan of African progressive kids wear condoms. African progressive men wear condoms, African progressive women wear condoms. The Serpentine Gallery wears condoms because I believe that that's the starting point for, first of all, addressing one of our biggest issues as a continent, HIV. Secondly, the fact that we do not decide how many kids we have, so how does that directly influence poverty? And then also, how does that influence the fact that women do not go to university as much as men, women do not work outside the house as much as men, and then, you know, literally, growing up in Angola, I heard my mom arguing with my dad, and she would never say, you know what, if this doesn't work, I'll get out of here and do my stuff. She'd say, I'll find another man to pay for this shit. You know, and I'd just be like, no, mom, you need to do something for yourself. She'd say, I put you outside your own house and I find another guy to pay for this. Yeah, so literally, I started thinking how, you know, even my mom's discourses could be reviewed. And as you address the fact that we do not talk about sex within
the treatment of African people in so many other spaces, and ethnic minorities and black women across continents. As a Brazilian woman once told me, it's so sad if you're a black woman, you're at the bottom of the heap everywhere in the world. And that applies for indigenous people also. So the idea is that our stories will help change systems. And I just want to share this reflection with everyone as a demonstration that the mic is now open, and you are welcome, if you're inspired by anything that you've heard, to also share from that place of vulnerability and truth. Stories tell us who we are. Narratives are the weapons of the weak. But stories alone are not enough. We need systems change. Individual stories are key to building solidarity. If narratives are vehicles through which we build culture, then here is my prayer for all of us. May the story of we trump the story of I. May the story of grace trump the story of judgment. May the story of love trump the story of hate. May the story of give trump the story of get. May the story of codependence trump the story of dominance. May the story of responsibility trump the story of blame. And may the story of peace trump the story of war. Thank you.